The colossal cargo ship Stellar Nomad cruised silently through the darkness of Sector 7, its metallic hull gleaming faintly under the dim light of 3 distant suns. "Captain, long-range scanners are picking up something unusual," announced Navigator CX, his 4 compound eyes darting across streams of data flashing across his console. Captain Lyra Voss rose from her command chair, her bioluminescent skin pulsing with alternating shades of blue and amber, a clear signal of concern to those familiar with luminin expressions. "Define unusual, CX," she demanded. Before he could respond, the ship lurched violently. "You've got to be kidding me," barked Security Chief Talon, his scaled tail whipping in agitation as red warning lights flooded the bridge. 3 vessels just dropped out of quantum space," CX reported, his voice tinged with alarm. "Crimson Talon configuration. Pirates." Captain Voss's expression darkened. "Alert all hands. Battle stations." The Stellar Nomad erupted into chaos. Crew members dashed through its corridors, assuming emergency positions as 3 predatory vessels, their hulls streaked with blood-red patterns, circled like vultures. Through the ship's viewports, their weapon systems gleamed ominously, already powering up. The first blast struck the starboard engine housing. In the engine room, Chief Engineer Zara 9 struggled to maintain her balance as her robotic legs adjusted to the impact. "Status report," she demanded, her synthetic voice cutting through the cacophony of alarms. "Hull breaches in sections 12 through 15, someone shouted. "Primary power coupling is critically damaged," another voice added. Another hit rocked the ship, plunging it into emergency lighting as smoke poured from control panels. Acrid fumes filled the air. On the bridge, Captain Voss watched as system after system after system failed. CX rewrote emergency power to the shields. Talon returned fire target their lead ship's weapon systems. Captain CX stammered, his compound eyes wide with panic. "The quantum drive is destabilizing." Another direct hit, and the ship shook violently, cutting him off. Warning klaxons screamed as the containment field around the quantum drive began fluctuating dangerously. Over the comms, Zara's voice crackled, filled with urgency. "Primary systems are collapsing. Safety protocols are failing faster than I can reroute them." Captain Voss's skin now pulsed a deep, ominous red. "All hands prepare for emergency protocols," she commanded. "This is not a drill." Her words were cut short by an explosion that sent crew members flying across the bridge. Through the haze of smoke and sparks, Talon's voice broke through. "Captain, we've lost containment in Engineering Section C. There are crew members trapped inside." Marcus Cole sprinted through the chaotic corridors of Deck C, his boots thundering against the metal flooring. Communications in this section had failed, leaving him cut off from the bridge. Not that it mattered. Most of the crew barely acknowledged his existence anyway. Engineering to bridge. "The containment field is collapsing," he shouted into his communicator, though he knew it was futile. Through the reinforced windows, Marcus glimpsed the quantum drive chamber glowing an unnatural, ominous purple. His heart sank. 3 months ago, when he'd first joined the Stellar Nomad, his human heritage had been a source of mockery among the crew. A human working on a quantum drive. Zara 9 had once said, her metallic features etched with skepticism, "Your species barely achieved interstellar flight." Now, the very drive they doubted he could understand was on the brink of catastrophic failure. Rounding a corner, Marcus encountered 2 Triaxian engineers frantically attempting to override the safety locks on the main door. Their tentacles worked feverishly over multiple control panels. "The containment field is at 15% and dropping." One shouted, all 3 of his mouths moving in unison. "Move." Marcus barked, shoving past them to access the diagnostics. "The quantum cascade is going to breach in less than 10 minutes. Human, you cannot possibly understand. Save it," Marcus snapped, fingers flying over the controls. "When the drive breaches, half this ship goes with it. Help me or get out of the way." The door's mechanisms groaned in protest as Marcus forced them to respond. Through the window, he could see 6 crew members trapped behind a failing emergency shield, 2 Lumian, a Triaxian, and 3 robotic engineers. The quantum drive's housing was fracturing, arcs of purple energy crackling across its surface. "Bridge to engineering," Captain Voss's voice crackled through a half-functional speaker. "Status?" "Multiple containment failures," Marcus reported grimly. Temperatures are rising fast. If we don't stabilize it soon, options. She interrupted, her tone revealing she already knew how bad it was. Marcus took a deep breath. Someone has to manually realign the core matrix and restart the coolant systems. But with those radiation levels, he didn't need to finish. Everyone knew what that meant. The corridor fell silent. A human might, Marcus finally said, surprising even himself with the steadiness of his voice. Our bodies handle extreme conditions better than most species. Earth's a death world, remember? Captain Voss hesitated. Cole, are you certain? Not even a little, he admitted, removing his jacket. But we're out of time. If I'm not back in 8 minutes, get everyone off this deck. Before anyone could argue, Marcus began inputting the override sequence. Inside, the trapped crew pressed themselves against the wall, faces etched with desperation as they realized what he was about to attempt. Each step into the chamber felt like walking into a furnace. The maintenance panel Marcus used as a makeshift shield barely deflected the searing heat. Sweat evaporated instantly, and his suit began to blister and crack. The containment at 8%, Zara 9's voice announced. 6 minutes until failure. Marcus pushed forward. Each breath felt like inhaling fire, and his vision blurred from the heat. Finally, he reached the control panel. His gloves melted as he worked the controls, but he gritted his teeth and kept going. Quantum cascade. It's a wave, he muttered. If I can't stop it, maybe I can redirect it. The bridge crew listened in stunned silence. Redirect? To where? Talon asked. The pirates, Marcus answered, a grim smile on his blistered face. They're still in formation. Perfect targets. With seconds to spare, Marcus completed the override. Purple energy surged backward, forming a tunnel that pulled the pirate ships into its wake. The vessels resisted, engines flaring, but the quantum drive's backwash overwhelmed them. One by one, the ships disintegrated in a spectacular explosion. As the chamber stabilized, Marcus collapsed, his body ravaged by heat and radiation. Rescue teams rushed in, led by Captain Voss herself. Her skin pulsed a deep gold, a rare luminant signal of admiration. Get him to medical, she ordered, and someone find our doctor. 3 days later, Marcus woke in the medical bay, his body healed by the ship's regeneration chamber. Crew members crowded the room, their expressions a mixture of awe and gratitude. Captain Voss stood at his side, her skin glowing a warm yellow. Welcome back, Chief Engineer Cole. The stellar nomad wouldn't be here without you. Marcus grinned weakly. Told you humans aren't as fragile as you thought. From that day forward, Marcus was no longer just a human among aliens. He was a hero, a testament to humanity's resilience and ingenuity, and proof that even in the vastness of space, Earth's death world legacy had its advantages.